Hi, this is my ID. My name is Lauren, and today we're going to be talking about addiction and why someone would use drugs, and how can you tell if someone is addicted, and what effects it has on the body and in the brain, as well as how it can lead to ultimately crime. And we're going to start off by defining what addiction is, and it is a chronic relapsing disorder by compulsive drug seeking and use despite the consequences. Um, and a lot of people tend to use drugs because they want to feel good, they want to feel better, they want to do better, or out of curiosity and social pressure. Um, in order to feel good, they'll turn to maybe a stimulant such as cocaine, because it provides an intense feeling of pleasure and it gives you a feeling of power, self confidence, and increased energy that you would find in a stimulant drug. Um, and a lot of people have mental health problems, and they have anxiety and stress, and they'll turn to drugs to feel less stressed, to help with depression, or to even help them feel more relaxed, because stress is a major role in the continuation and the of drug use and abuse, and it affects a lot of people nowadays. They want to do better. People can feel pressured at work or at school, or even playing sports, and they'll turn to drugs to help with the focus or to help with performance ability. For example, college students around the finals, they'll start to use Adderall, and it's a stimulant drug that can help them focus on studying as well. Um, as well as cocaine. It's also a stimulant, like I said earlier, and it gives off energy. And a lot of people who are using drugs today, it could be because of curiosity. They could have used a gateway drug, and they went on to better, in their terms, better and higher things to help them achieve a greater high, or social pressure. It could be because someone who's not doing the drug is surrounded by people who are doing the drug, and they're like, okay, well, if they're doing the drug, then I might as well do the drug because they make it seem cool, and I want to be cool. That could be an example. You can tell someone is addicted to drugs by when you start to notice that they're taking the drug more often, they are unable to control the need to take the drug, or they can either be smoking or injecting, which can increase the potential of addiction. And the earlier someone starts to use drugs, the worse the effect will have on their brain, because it's still developing, at least until the age of 25. When someone either smokes or injects the drug, it's gonna go into the brain within seconds. They're gonna get that intense high, and it will last for a few minutes, eventually fade, and and then so it's like the dopamine gets released, and you get that initial high, you get that intense high, and your body starts to custom, like, not starts to get used to the drug, and they're like, okay, well, you've given me this dose before, give me more and I'll feel better. And you're going to keep taking more and more and more until you get to that stage of, hey, this is how I felt when I first took the drug. But then your body's going to get used to that, so you have to take a double or triple the amount, which can ultimately lead to an overdose, which can lead to death if it's not caught on time. And when you inhale, like the abuse of inhalants can damage and destroy nerve cells that are in your brain and in the peripheral nervous system. I mentioned earlier about how your brain doesn't fully develop until the age of 25, and that's the prefrontal cortex, and that's in charge of decision making, and it can lead to crime. It can, once someone becomes addicted, in order to pay for their drugs, to get their drugs, or to do some type of trade, it could be robbery, it could be gambling, it could be prostitution, that you won't have like a sound decision. You won't be able to make a thoughtful decision because your prefrontal cortex is damaged. And it's the sad truth, and drug addiction can be preventable and treated, and there are multiple programs out there available for people who you might think are abusing drugs. You just have to look and contact the right people. Thank you.